Let's be real, friends. Parenting can be really overwhelming sometimes. Mornings can be rushed, mealtimes can feel really chaotic, and bedtime, well, it often turns into a battlefield. That's why I want to talk about routines tonight, because routines are not about rules and being really rigid. They're about creating a sense of safety, connection, and learning for our kiddos. And if you're with me so far, let's take a deep breath in and out. Hi everyone, my name is Kat and I am that parenting coach. If you're new here, welcome. I am so excited to meet you. Be sure to join our growing community because really, parenting can be hard and you do not need to do it alone. Okay, again, let's take another breath in and out because every breath counts. Your kids depend on it. I should also add that every Wednesday we sit down for some real talk about parenting, and on Saturdays we dive into deeper videos, with more in depth into whatever the topic may be at that moment or in that video. But tonight I really want to just have a chat with you about something that's actually really simple but so powerful, and it's routines. Right? No, I know. We all have things about routines. And when people hear routines, most people kind of think of really strict rules, rigid structure, no room for fun, or even wiggle room in there. But routines aren't really about that. They're about something so much deeper. And that's really creating that safety and building connection, and then just providing the environment and the space to be engaged and learn. So I want to break those things down in the next couple minutes in this video. But again, I just want you to take another breath in and out, because really every breath counts. All right, let's talk about safety. So what does that really mean? Well, when our kids know what to expect, their nervous system is going to be settled. But what does that actually really mean? I got you on that one. So it's like this. Our brains have different levels. At the base, we have what we call the survival and emotional brain, okay? So think of your brainstem and your limbic system. And again, that's where the amygdala lives. And the amygdala is often called the barking dog because, the dog barks when it's high alert. And so the amygdala is the barking dog, and the kids are stuck in that fight, flight, or freeze mode, right? But when routines bring in that safety and predictability, and the predictability and the consistency is what creates the safety, then the barking dog can calm down. And when the dog is quiet, guess who comes back? The wise owl, the prefrontal cortex, or what we call the thinking brain. It comes back online again. That's the part of the brain that helps with the problem solving, with empathy and learning, connection. Well, no, connection's lower. Anyway, so routines aren't just about brushing teeth or getting to school on time. They're literally helping your child's brain shift out of survival mode and into a state where they can think, where they can regulate their emotions, and then that allows them the opportunity to grow. Right? Does that make sense? Okay, let's take another breath in and out. And yeah, that's Sir Isaac Newton snoring. Okay, so let's talk about the connection piece. So routines also create small rituals of connection. And connection isn't just about being extra nice. It's the foundation of regulation. When kids feel seen and safe with us, their nervous system co-regulates with ours, right? So, have you ever heard that saying that your nervous system is your child's nervous system? Yeah, it's true. So think about bedtime. It's not just bath, pajamas, stories, lights out. It's your child snuggling into you, hearing your voice, feeling your steady breath. that, my friends, that's connection and regulation. And so those little repeated moments, like the high five before school or a snuggle before sleep, those actually tell your child, I see you. I'm here. You matter. And over time, those rituals builds up resilience because your child learns through repetition. I am safe and I belong. Yeah. So that's what routines help do. And let's take a breath in and out. So the next component, learning. So kids are wired to learn through repetition. Every time they follow the same steps, wash hands, sit, eat, clear plate, they are doing more than just following like instructions. They are wiring their brain for sequencing, right? Independence, and also self-regulation, and so much more, right? Increases their what is it called? Their self-esteem, sense of self-worth. It's like walking the same trail in the forest over and over and over again. The more you walk it, the clearer it becomes. That's what routines do for the brain. And when you let kids participate, like choosing their pajamas or setting the table, you're actually giving them practice. Practice in the independence and also confidence. And they're contributing to the household. Routines actually become like scaffolding for the bigger life skills they're gonna need later on. Like how to wash the dishes, how to make a fried egg. Okay, take a breath in and out. Because honestly, every breath counts. Your kids really do depend on it. Okay, so now I want to talk about the piece that we don't always realize. And that is, my friends, we are the model. Children are going to do what they see before what they're told. And like I said earlier, our kids' nervous systems are wired to ours. When they're little, they don't yet have the brain pathways for self-regulation. And if we remember, the brain develops from the bottom up, inside out, back to front. So the prefrontal cortex is like the last to develop. So they have to borrow ours. And thanks to the mirror neurons, they're literally watching and reflecting back the state that we're in. So if we're calm, steady, grounded, they begin to feel calm, steady, and grounded. If we're really rushed and we're stressed and we're overwhelmed, then guess what, my friends? They're going to mirror that as well. This isn't about blame. It's just brain science. So that is why routines matter so much. Because when we bring our calm into the routine, we're not just getting kids through the motions of it. We're actually teaching them that this is how you move through transitions. This is how you can settle after stress. And this is how you regulate. All with routines. So, every deep breath that we take, every repair we make after a really hard moment, and every time we choose calm instead of chaos, we are literally wiring their brains for resilience. I don't know, but I think that's pretty exciting. So when I say you are the model, what I really mean is your child's nervous system is learning how to regulate by watching yours. Right? And let's take a deep breath in and out. Because that sounds all fine and dandy. I fully acknowledge that. So where do you start? Like, seriously, maybe you haven't had a routine, or maybe the routines aren't working, or whatever it may be. Like, how do you start building a routine? It really does not mean overhauling your whole life. Like, whoa, let's slow down. Let's start really small. Pick one routine: morning, meal times, bedtime. Keep the steps short and simple. Use visuals if it helps, like charts, checklists, even pictures for little ones. And remember, it's not about perfection. It's about consistency. And when things don't go as planned, well, because they're not going to, repair is the most powerful thing than perfection. Way more powerful than perfection. So you just got to take a breath, reconnect, and try again. I get really excited when there is an opportunity for repair, because that's just a way to show the kiddo, that person, that they matter, that you make effort, and that you're going to still be there. So here's my question for you this week. What's one routine you could start with your child? Just one small step that brings a little bit more safety, a whole lot of connection, and learning into your home. Please share in the comments below. I would be so excited to hear. And if this real talk resonated with you, then please hit like, subscribe, share it with another parent or caregiver who might really need to hear this right now. And friends, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss our next chats. And if there's something that you want to have a chat about, please let me know in the comments below. I am open to wonderful new ideas. But back to our routines. Remember, routines are not about being rigid. They're about creating what? Safety, connection, and a thriving space where both you and your child can grow through learning. Have a great night, you guys. You got this. And you really don't need to do it alone.